The Middle East is once again moving toward a dangerous level of tension. For years, Iran and Israel have been locked in a shadow conflict, but many analysts now believe that confrontation could slowly be shifting toward direct military escalation. International observers, military experts, and intelligence discussions are all pointing toward the same concern. Both sides appear more prepared, more aggressive, and more willing to take risks than ever before. In recent weeks, dramatic claims and reports have spread across online platforms and geopolitical discussions. Some reports suggest that Iran may now possess the capability to strike critical Israeli military infrastructure, including ammunition depots, strategic warehouses, and defense facilities. While many of these claims remain unverified, the growing tension in the region has made people around the world pay close attention. Iran has spent decades expanding its missile program and military capabilities. What was once viewed as a regional power with limited reach has transformed into a country with advanced drone technology, underground missile bases, and a massive network of regional allies and proxy groups. Western analysts have repeatedly expressed concern about Iran's long-range missile systems and the speed at which its military technology has evolved. Israel, on the other hand, has always maintained that it is prepared for any threat. The country operates some of the world's most advanced defense systems, including Iron Dome, David's Sling, and the Arrow Missile Defense Network. These systems are designed to intercept rockets, drones, and ballistic missiles before they reach populated areas or military targets. However, modern warfare is changing rapidly. Experts warn that even the most advanced defense systems can come under pressure if attacked by large numbers of drones and missiles at the same time. Swarm-style attacks and coordinated strikes are becoming one of the biggest concerns for military planners around the world. Today's conflicts are no longer fought only with tanks and fighter jets. Cyber warfare, satellite surveillance, electronic warfare, and drone technology now play a massive role on the battlefield. Iran has invested heavily in these areas, especially in low-cost drones capable of traveling long distances and carrying explosive payloads. Some military analysts believe Iran may not want a full-scale war, but it could be building a strategy designed to create maximum pressure if conflict becomes unavoidable. That possibility has pushed Israel to strengthen security around its borders, military bases, and strategic infrastructure. The conflict between Iran and Israel is not only military, it is deeply political and ideological. Iran presents itself as a force resisting Western influence in the Middle East, while Israel sees Iran's growing military power as a serious threat to regional stability and national security. One of the biggest sources of tension remains Iran's nuclear program. Israel has repeatedly accused Iran of moving closer to developing nuclear weapons capability, while Iran insists its nuclear activities are intended for peaceful purposes. Suspicion and distrust continue to dominate the conversation. Many experts warn that if direct war ever breaks out between Iran and Israel, the consequences may not stay limited to those two countries. The Middle East is filled with overlapping alliances involving the United States, Russia, Turkey, Saudi Arabia, and several other nations. The United States remains Israel's strongest ally. Because of that relationship, any major attack on Israel could trigger a serious American response. Some analysts believe Washington wants to avoid another large conflict in the Middle East, but others argue that escalating tensions could eventually force direct involvement. Iran understands the risks of open war with a technologically advanced coalition. That is why Tehran often relies on asymmetric warfare strategies, using proxy groups, cyber operations, and strategic pressure instead of direct large-scale confrontation. For ordinary civilians across the region, the fear is growing. History has shown that civilians often pay the highest price. Large-scale war could damage economies and create major humanitarian crises. Global oil markets are sensitive to these tensions. A major conflict could send prices sharply higher, impacting economies worldwide. Since the region plays a critical role in global energy production, any escalation ripples across the entire globe. One of Iran's advantages is its underground missile infrastructure, tunnel systems built deep inside mountains to survive preemptive strikes. Israel is also known for its elite intelligence. The Mossad has long been viewed as one of the world's most effective agencies. Reports of covert operations surface often. This conflict is not only happening in public view, it is a hidden intelligence war. Still, the reality remains serious. A small miscalculation or an unexpected accident could trigger a much larger confrontation. A single strike could push the entire region into crisis. Military experts describe future wars as fast, technological, and extremely destructive. In just a few hours, conflicts could involve waves of drones, cyber attacks, and coordinated strikes across multiple fronts. Israel has repeatedly declared that it will not allow Iran to obtain nuclear weapons capability. Iran, meanwhile, insists it will not surrender to foreign pressure. Those opposing positions continue to push tensions higher. The situation in the Middle East now resembles a volcano under pressure, appearing calm on the surface while dangerous forces build underneath. No one can say with certainty what may happen next, but the world is watching closely. Global attention remains focused on Tehran, Tel Aviv, and Washington, because decisions made in those capitals could affect not only the Middle East, but international stability as a whole. Iran portrays itself as a symbol of resistance and strategic strength. Israel presents its actions as necessary for survival and national defense. Between those two narratives lies one of the most dangerous geopolitical rivalries in the world today. The biggest question now is whether these tensions are simply political pressure and military signaling, or the early signs of a much larger conflict that could reshape the Middle East forever.